An anti-abortion activist who marched in front of Confederation Building today is confused by Frank Coleman's stance on defending abortion. The Premier-to-be is a longtime anti-abortion supporter, but he says he has no intention of changing the status quo when he comes to office. Here and Now's Curtis Rumbold reports.
Fewer than a dozen anti-abortion supporters marched in front of Confederation Building with their placards today, all part of the National March for Life campaign. Yet, if the horns blasting from passing cars is any indication, they aren't alone in their beliefs.
I'm out here today because I believe life is precious from the very beginning, conception to natural death.
It's a view not unlike Frank Coleman's own. For years, the incoming Premier and his family took part in this Good Friday March in Corner Brook, an event he was noticeably absent from this year. Coleman now contends his anti-abortion views are a private matter, and he has no intention of turning them into public policy once he ascends to the Premier's chair.
We believe that a person cannot, if they have a good informed conscience, say one thing privately and do another thing publicly. So we're puzzled by Frank.
Hanlon hasn't discussed the issue with the incoming Premier since he put out his statement last month. Still, he believes Coleman is getting bad advice from someone. For him, it raises a troubling question of character.
If a politician cannot be trusted on the most fundamental of human rights, the right to life, how can they be trusted on any other issue before government?
Others say some politicians have never shied away from their views on anti-abortion, like Senator Norm Doyle.
He never ever, compromised how he felt. So I cannot speak for this gentleman because I don't know him. So I will leave that between him and his maker.
Hanlon says he hopes to sit down with Coleman when he becomes Premier to talk about defunding abortion. Curtis Rumbold, CBC News, St. John's.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Earlier, we told you about a pro-life rally at the Confederation Building in Ottawa. There was a similar rally today. It attracted thousands on Parliament Hill, but fewer and fewer politicians want to tackle the issue. Julie Van Dusen reports.
Thousands were on the Hill today, here to urge the federal government to stop access to abortions.
Because all of us here are against abortion, and we think that abortion kills human lives.
No abortion. That's I want. No abortion.
The speakers at the rally included priests, politicians, and anti-abortion activists. At one point, new demonstrators were carried away by the RCMP. The topic has always been an emotionally charged one. The last attempt to bring in a law to curtail abortion died in the Senate in 1989. But Prime Minister Stephen Harper has said for years he won't reopen the abortion debate.
I haven't opened it as Prime Minister. I'm not going to open it. The public doesn't want to open it. This is not the priority of the Canadian public or this government, and it will not be.
We're disappointed in that. We'd like him to open it up. It's a growing number of Canadians who are against it, and that's why we're here.
I haven't lost hope in this Prime Minister because essentially he's the one who is allowing pro-life MPs to be a part of his caucus.
Yesterday, Liberal leader Justin Trudeau said candidates must be pro-choice. It's now part of the screening process.
How do you feel about pro-choice? Where are you on that? And we make sure that the people who are stepping forward are consistent with the Liberal Party as it is now, as it stands under my leadership.
The NDP's position is also pro-choice.
No NDP MP will ever vote against a woman's right to choose.
The Green Party as well.
And we must never retreat from ensuring that women have safe, legal abortions for women who need them. And I think Bill Clinton said it best, abortion should be safe, legal, and rare.
So not one party is actively working to bring in a law to limit abortions. But these activists won't give up, and they'll be back here again next year. Julie Van Dusen, CBC News, Ottawa.